Amaris, and I'm Puerto Rican.
How do you think Latina women are portrayed in the media regarding television shows, movies, and the music industry?
Oftentimes, Latinas are portrayed as very ignorant or sexual. Even when looking at Cardi B, she originally became famous from her videos about stripping, where she did show a lot of ignorance and cursed a lot and did not show off the intelligence that she actually does hold, as we saw later on in her career when she did come at the government on Twitter. Even Jennifer Lopez, now that she's engaged again, people are focusing on how many times she's been married. Selena Quintanilla, people used to focus on her music more, but now they're focusing on how thick she used to be. Well, she was a thick, but like that's all they're focusing on now. So Latinas are generally very commercialized, and they're very sexualized, and they're often used just for profit purposes.
Okay. If any, are there any consistent stereotypes regarding women in the Latinx community in the media, and how does this make you feel?
So Latina women are always portrayed as very sexually promiscuous, whether it's any musical artist, any TV show artist, even Sofia Vergara, Modern Family, she's just like the hot one. And it also makes people like assume if you're Latina that you're also that way, and automatically people expect you to be very like hood lingo. They don't expect you to be very proper. They don't focus on figures like Sonia Sotomayor or Alexandra Ocasio, who are big people in government and in the Supreme Court. They generally just have the stereotypes of being sexually promiscuous, slow. Like, I've even been told, like, you're the first smart Puerto Rican I've ever met. It's just like, you a little stupid, because there's plenty of us out there. But, yeah.
My name is Ashley Andino, and I'm Puerto Rican and Black.
Has the way that Latina females are presented in the media affected your view on yourself?
Personally, I think it does. It kind of acts as more of like a barrier to what you're able to do. People look at you as if you're not capable of doing big things in life, as well as you're not capable of being smarter than the next white man or the next person that's in the room. Also, it feels like you're a little bit more pressure physically, like you have to look a certain way, and I just feel like that shouldn't be it. Every Latina woman looks different and not necessarily what the media should portray.
Thank you. How do you think Latina women are portrayed in the media within television shows, movies, and within the music industry?
Latina women in those forms of media are portrayed typically in the past, well, especially in music, they're portrayed purely like sexually, you know. It's always, and you know, especially in Latino music, you know, reggaeton or bachata, it's always like the guy trying to pursue the woman, or like it's like a huge party and all the women dancing for the guys, and so it's very sexual, you know. And in terms of like TV shows, if they're not being portrayed as some sexual figure, they're being portrayed as a very mean, aggressive woman, you know, that's like really hard-headed or stubborn and has, you know, cries easily, or a Hispanic person with a Spanglish accent. Yeah, that's all I have to say for that one.
Okay. Do you think Latina women are generalized in the media, as in different cultures being grouped together under one umbrella, not giving uniqueness to different Latin American countries?
Definitely. So there's this huge thing of, you know, Latina women having a big booty, and when it comes to music videos, like there's this kind of, you know, the long straight hair and all their makeup done, and they're usually portrayed all like, you can't really tell the difference between them. And I even asked my dad once, I'm like, yo, how do they find all these Hispanic women who look the same? And he was like, yo, they're not all Hispanic, you know, some of them are actually white and they can pass for Latina. And so we're definitely grouped together, and it's not really considered, oh, this one's a Mexican, this one. However, there is sometimes variability in color, so some girls will be lighter, sometimes there's darker skinned girls. But overall, there's not even, you know, it's not like, oh, she's Puerto Rican, she's Dominican. It's just, she's Latina.
My name is Cesar Valentin. I am half Puerto Rican, half Portuguese.
Hi, Cesar. Do you think Latina women are generalized in the media, as in different cultures being grouped together under one umbrella, not giving uniqueness to different Latin American countries?
Yeah, so with the Latinx representation in the media, it's generally that we're all Mexican. And this is like a larger narrative within the United States. Anytime that Latinx people are brought into the conversation, it's under the realm of Mexican, and it doesn't really give, like, it doesn't allude to the wholeness of Latinidad and the fact that it's like, you know, South America is a lot of different countries, in the same way that like Africa is only looked at as one thing and not every individual nation, or like the West Indies or something like that. Like everyone is just lumped into one category. People focus on that over the fact that, you know, there's just a larger systemic oppression. They're focused on the label and not like what is going on underneath it.
Do you feel that the representation of Latina women is fair in the media?
No, not at all. The representation is not fair. If it was fair, they wouldn't always be playing the same roles. They wouldn't be maids. They wouldn't be, you know, nurses or bartenders or this, and that. They would be people. They would be doctors. They would be lawyers. And sure, there's like the little caveat here and there, like with One Day at a Time and other shows like that. But if you look at like the general thing, they're always trophy wives. They're always maids. There's no humanity in these women. You don't see Latina lawyers and you don't see Latina politicians, even though if we look at the United States right now, one of the biggest mobilizers for social justice is Alexandria Ocasio, and she's Latina. So how does it really reflect what the world is going through? It doesn't. If we wanted to really show who Latina women are, we would have real Latina women, not these trophy models. And also, there's a lot of colorism with the Latinas that are, you know, represented. It's generally a white passing Latinas. There's never like brown or black or Afro-Latina. Like, it's always the same cookie cutter thing, and they hypersexualize their features, whether it's big breasts, you know, big butts, curvy, all that type of stuff. There's no humanity in it.